I think the answer is fairly simple there. We have a Democrat president, John F. Kennedy, fairly liberal, and the press, of course, also liberal. They want their Camelot man to be assassinated by somebody that you could never stop, namely a lone nut, Lee Harvey Oswald. Then nobody's at fault. But if you have a conspiracy, as we absolutely know does exist or did exist, then there are many forces that were so upset with Kennedy that they wanted him killed. That's not very attractive, of course, to the liberal media, nor to the Kennedy family, nor to the FBI and the CIA. Because the CIA and FBI's job, of course, was to keep the president alive in the Secret Service. Now, if there's a conspiracy, then they didn't do their job. And we know how much effort, at least we have some idea about the effort of the FBI and the CIA in trying to minimize or marginalize James Files, to try to make him to be, somebody wanting only attention, that he had nothing to do with the assassination. Poor guy's in jail, he wants people to think about him, and therefore he claimed that he was part of the Giancana team. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. James Files wanted no attention whatsoever. Not any attention whatsoever. And we know the Joe West story, an investigative reporter that heard from a man named Zach Shelton, who was 27 years, part of the FBI, who was the first one really to discover the story about Files, told Joe West. Joe West spent months trying to get James Files to talk about his role. And only when Joe West died from a heart operation, and leaving his poor widow with a bill of about $179,000, did Files decide that maybe he could help make some money and turn it over to Mrs. West. And only then would he talk. And so many people have said that here's this poor guy in prison wanting attention. Well, he didn't want attention whatsoever. And I had a way to discover how genuine he was. I mentioned to Antoinette Giancana, why don't you write him a letter? And if he's a phony, there's no reason why he would answer it, because now he's getting involved with the Giancana family, and we're going to learn that he's a phony. And so no answer meant probably phony. Not only did he answer, but he answered with a very warm and affectionate letter, telling me that the only way that anybody with any brains at all would answer such a letter would be that he would be genuinely involved with the Giancana team.